So with plot sales, I have to be very honest with you guys. I have come across five different projects in my whole career where I have sold plots. There are only two ways that I have, uh, that I have tried and it has worked for me always. So and these are two different ways of doing it. Of course, there have been couple of the projects in which I applied both of them together and it worked wonders for me. Uh, so strategy number one, this strategy was used when the developer did not want to take our execution plan, and he had his own plan in mind and he just wanted us to help him with sales. So what we did was, instead of pitching it as a piece of land, what we did was we pitched it as an alternate for insurance. We created a chart and we told that if you go for a money back plan or an endowment plan from LIC, at the end of 15 years this is what you get. But if you buy this piece of land today, and 15 years down the line, whatever, so we set 3 4 objectives. So let's say, for example, and for plot sales, by the way, we never target people age 28 29. We always start at a higher age, 36 37 is where we start for plot sales, because plots in most parts of this country is still looked at as a second home investment or a secondary investment. Primary investment still stays as a house. So what I always prefer is that whenever I am pitching for a whenever I'm pitching to sell plots, I ensure that the age starts at 36 37 and then it can go on till 58, because most of them do not go for a plot loan. I've come across hardly any who have gone for plot loans. But I price it and I strategize it in such a way that even a middle class, higher middle class family person with responsibilities in life can afford to buy a plot. So we strategize it that way. Now that is the second part. But the first part still remains, that we always pitch the plot sales against insurance. So let's say, for example, 15 years down the line, your daughter is of marriageable age, she has to get married, and if I calculate as per inflation, you would at least need to have 18 lakh rupees in hand. So today you can either start saving 1.5 lakh rupees and putting it in insurance, and at the end of say 15 years, you get whatever 35 40 lakh rupees in hand, against which you invest the same amount of money in a plot and you get close to 1 CR in hand. Around 15 years down the line, your son is going to go abroad and he has to have an educational loan in place. Probability is that he's still not working and you will not get that. You cannot become a guarantor for that personal loan. So again, we pitch in a plot. So we kind of pitch the plot as an investment opportunity that will give them sure shot peace of mind at that time. So we never sell a plot as a piece of land. We sell it as a strategy for them to be financially stress free 5 7 10 15 years down the line. So that is what it is. And secondly, wherever we have got an opportunity to put our plan in place, where we have executed right from creating a marketing plan to execution to sales to collections, there is a very simple strategy that I have followed. I have mentioned that I have mentioned the plot value, and then the down payment, and then you have first year. So what we basically do is, let's say, for example, we are selling a plot which is worth of 12 lakh rupees. So that is in Maharashtra we call it guntha, which is 1,000 square feet. In different areas it is also sold as per square yards and cents. So this is how. So let's say a piece of land which is a plot is costing 12 lakh rupees at the most. So what we do is we give them a 3-year plan, wherein what they can do. Okay, this is not 12, this is 1 lakh 20. Okay, yeah. So as a down payment they pay 60,000 rupees, and in the first year they come up with 18 lakh or 1 lakh 80,000 rupees. So what they pay is 15,000 rupees per month after paying the down payment of 60,000 rupees. For 1 year they pay the 15,000, and at the end of the first year we take the government taxes. Now I have calculated it at 18%. It can be any in any part of the country. So you just collect the government taxes at the end of the first year and you register the plot in their name. Then again, at the end of the first year, along with the government taxes, we collect another 60,000 rupees. Now this 60,000 is 5% of the plot value. And this time what we do is we increase the EMI by, so it was 15% of the plot value in the first year. In the second year, we've increased it by 25%, by 10 more percent, which is 25%. So this time they are paying 25,000 rupees per month for 1 year. And at the end of second year, they again come up with 5% of the plot value. And this time their EMI increases from 25 to 35% per year. So this year they are paying 35,000 rupees per month. And at the end of it all, and when they are done paying the whole EMI thing, at the end you charge whatever admin charges you want to charge. So that way they do not have to go for a plot loan, and it is like an increasing kind of a EMI plan for them. So they do not have to come up with 25,000 rupees upfront. We can start low for the first year and then gradually increase it year on year. We've done this for 3 years, we've done this for 5 years, we've done this for 7 years, and we've got amazing success with this. So even a family of 4 with a household income of 50-60,000 rupees are easily able to go for a plot by going for this plan, because they are not dependent. So they might already be paying their home loan for their primary house, but since this does not require a loan, they are easily committing to do something like this. So when I match this plan with them, and when I pitch in that in 7 years your son has to go abroad, in 9 years your daughter has to get married, they buy this strategy. So this has helped us amazingly to ensure that we get what we want to get in terms of plot sales. So what we do is we do a 3, 5, 7 year plan, and then we do a gradual increase in EMI every year, and we've segregated it in such a way that, so not every developer will agree to this strategy, but if and when you get people who agree to such strategy, then nothing like it. You can become a king in selling plots. Yes, Chandraji, yes.
Yeah, one basic question again. I mean, you try to answer that, but this plan has to be designed by the developer himself, right? Or should we propose it as part of the marketing strategy?
Yeah, we need to propose it as part of the marketing strategy. So wherever we enter as channel partner, we just propose that they not pitch it as a piece of land, but pitch it as an alternate investment. But wherever we get an opportunity to draft their sales and marketing strategy, we go with this plan. So let's say, for example, I've went with this plan to 6 developers, of which I have been able to close 3 with this plan.
Right.
So ideally what happens is that if their property is in prime location, Harishji, just 1 minute, I'll just finish my point, and then you can come over. If let's say, for example, the plot is in Gachibowli, then definitely he is not going to budge. But if it is somewhere far away from Hyderabad and he's struggling to sell, then he might as well say okay with the plan, because no one else in or around Hyderabad might be offering this kind of a plan. So automatically he becomes a favored player in the plot sales market. Plus his reach increases. So the moment he makes his offering affordable, his reach of audience increases. So it becomes easier for him to sell it off and then roll that money to acquire a new piece of land and then do the same in that area as well. So that then becomes a sustainable kind of business to have. Right. So, any questions with the plot sales strategy? So, this is what it is. With regards to plot sales, there is not much that we do. We've tried giving them freebies. We've tried attracting them. कि बाबा घर मिल गाड़ी मिलेगा. You can do. We'll give you 2-wheeler. You also have a chance to win 4-wheeler. We'll also ensure that you can build a house at a very low rate in future. All of that has not worked, but pitching it as an alternate investment has worked wonders for us, and making it affordable has ensured that we've been able to tap into markets that don't look at plot buying even as a option in their life. So when you go to a person and when you tell him, because you are already spending 50-60,000 rupees per year uh, buying insurance, with such inflation rate, the insurance money is not going to offer you a lot. But in the same amount of money, or if you can sell out even 5,000 rupees per month more than what you are saving for insurance, you can get into a proposition that is going to guarantee you 10 times more return in 10 years. Because land is not manufactured. Land is only there. It is only so much that you can get. Insurance policies get manufactured in thousands and thousands and lakhs every day, but land cannot be manufactured. Land is a limited kind of a commodity that we have. So if we are able to put it across in a right way, and if we can ensure that we pitch it in a certain way, that was okay, fine. So this is an investment that has never gone. So I have so the correction curve that I had spoken about in the frequents video, I apply that here as well. So property is one component or one asset that has never seen a dip uh, as compared to any other asset in this country in the past 10 years. Of course, someone might have bought something for 50 lakhs and would have sold it for 40-45 lakhs, but then that becomes a distress sale. I am talking about the market sentiment. The market sentiment for property has never gone down. If you have invested 1 CR, you will definitely get 1 CR 1 lakh rupee back. You will never if you are not in distress, then you will never get 99.99. You will always get 1.01 cr back. So that is what it is. So if we can if we can get together all the pockets, pitch it as an alternate investment, get the proper affordable EMI kind of scheme in place, and then back it with the correction curve. You just flow with plot sales for a year or so. Then, because I have done this in far-fetched areas of Neral Karjat. I am not sure if you guys have heard of this place. It's in outskirts of Mumbai, around 70-80 kilometers from Mumbai. We've been able to sell 15, 20, 25, 30 units of land every weekend by using this strategy, and all online, no print, no television, nothing, just
So how
uh
so how do you communicate so much on Facebook? I mean, that's my next question. I mean, yeah, your plan is excellent and brilliant. I mean, any middle class or higher middle class guy would be attracted to buying a plot, acquiring a piece of land in such a scenario.
right.
There's no doubt. But how would we be really able to communicate so much in a Facebook ad?
So we don't do it all at once, Chandraji. So which is where automation comes to play. So ideally, with what when I started with Facebook, I failed miserably. Even after getting high relevance scores, high CTRs, and amazing cost per lead, the guys were never coming to the site. So they used to always tell me, and I used to not get a no. I am not interested. No one told me, but they always committed and never showed up. So which is when I leveraged the power of automation, and what I did was I created sequences. So let's say, for example, I get a lead on a Tuesday, and I'm expecting that person to visit the property site on Sunday. I engage with him every day via messenger, via WhatsApp, via email, via SMS, and I should give him new stories. So it is not a repetitive. You will never find me calling him on Friday and asking, sir, आप Sunday को आओगे क्या site visit के लिए? I have stopped doing that way back. I like to keep engaged with my client with different stories. So the first day I will give him more information about the project. Second day I will give him more information about the locality. Third day I will tell him how the locality was 5 years back and how it is today, and what he can expect 5 years down the line. So I am going to engage him with different stories, and he is going to be intrigued about, okay, fine, I inquired for a property. Now I know how it was 5 years back. What can I expect 5 years down the line? What are the things that I'm going to get? And what kind of experience am I going to have if I invest in this property? So I take those 4 or 5 days of time to systematically instill information into the person's mind. That is how. So even in plot sales, I am not going to tell him that I am offering you a step by step increase EMI the very first day. I am only going to use idea framework and get him to sign up. Once he has signed up, I am going to give him information systematically so that he understands what he's getting into, and I get him on that site visit on Sunday.
Great.
Of course, of course. So whatever I have been doing, everything. So we are all the part of the masterclass group. So everything that I'm doing, I am going to share with you guys. It is just that I don't want to jump the gun. So we have an automation module in which we will only talk about automation. I have a chapter dedicated to SMS, chapter dedicated to Messenger, chapter dedicated to WhatsApp, in which we will have all the list of sequences that I'm using, and that everything I'm going to share with you guys.
Now, the other thing that I wanted to ask you is that when you said about this EMIs,
Mhm.
interest factor is not considered, right?
So let's say, for example, I'm selling it at 12 lakhs. If they buy it upfront, it will not even cost them 8 lakh rupees. So we've
Okay,
calculated the inflation, interest, everything, and then we are selling at 12 lakhs.
okay, got it.
So for a person who is not even thinking about buying a plot, and if I tell him ki Baba, you invest 12 lakh rupees today and you take back 30 lakh rupees in 7 years, or 30 lakh rupees in 10 years, he is not going to see ki market mein if I have 7 lakhs, whatever, he is never going to have 7 lakh rupees in his hand, which is why he is okay investing 12 lakh rupees with me in EMI.
Right, I understood. I understood. So the
Right.
interest
So
is
these
only
are not the
factored in.
market aware guys. They do not have awareness of the market, and even if they are aware, they are also aware that they are not going to be able to come up with the entire cost for the plot. Yeah, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Harish, you had a question.
No, what I was saying that the interest factor is already factored in, and it's just
Yes,
not
yes, yes.
told. If upfront, if he's buying, let him get it at 8 lakhs.
Yes, yes, yes. So if the so what we do is we calculate. So for 3 years we calculate 33%. For 5 years we calculate 55%. So we calculate 11% every year as inflation and interest charges, and we add it on to the cost of the flat, the plot.
Understood.
So let's say, for example, a gunta is 3 lakh rupees, and if we are doing a 3 year thing, we sell it at 5.5 lakh rupees.
Right, I understood.
So let me so let's say if the plot is for 5 lakhs. Okay, I have not shared. 1 minute. Yeah, you can see the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is how for a 5 lakh rupee plot, this is what it will look like for them. So they are only paying 25,000 rupees right now. Then they pay 6,250 every month for the next 1 year. Then they pay 1 lakh rupee government tax. Again 25,000 as down payment, 10,000, 10,500, and then eventually 15,000 per month. But what that does is that we are able to tell them ki you. So why we have been successful in doing that is because what we ask them is, what was your increment last year? What was your by how much percentage was your salary increased in the last 3 years? So for any decent middle class person, the increment is anywhere from 7 to 12%. We are only asking for him to invest his increment of the next 3 years into this property. That is all we are asking him to do, and that is how we pitch. We do not want you to change anything in your lifestyle. Whatever increment you receive, if you are able to invest that in this property in the next 3 years, you will make a property that is going to give you 200, 300% return. So great, guys. This was a very short and crisp session. I hope the uh, things that I shared here might have helped you guys in some way. If you, at all you are able to use it in any of your projects, do let me know. And any help from my end to ensure that the execution goes smoothly, I'll be happy. I'm always available.